Hello, it's Jennifer. Today is Monday, July 9th. I've been busy for the past couple of weeks, mainly avoiding the heat and playing a video game. Anyhow, we just had a heat wave where it was over 100 degrees for 3 days, so 115, 112, and then 105 yesterday. This pretty much devastated a lot of my garden. So you see over here a lot of fried tomato plants. And I'm working now to get rid of the fried plants and replant them with some of the new plants over here, although those got fried as well. Let's see. Other than that, there's really not much going on. This is the Atlas tomato plant. It's got some huge tomatoes on it. So I'm waiting for that one there, this particularly huge one, to ripen. See how much that weighs. God, that thing is huge, really is big. Fortunately, most of the peppers did well through the heat, so I kept everything well watered. There's a pepper over here. So it seems the key to surviving the hot weather is to make sure that the soil is somewhat shielded from the sun, that there's plenty of shade at least on the soil so the roots don't overheat. But in some cases the heat's just too much and cooks the leaves. So I'm trying to decide here what to do, because I see that there are some new green leaves and then a bunch of old yellowing leaves, and I suppose I should probably prune these. And then walking over here, it looks like the heat hastened the death of this determinate bush stake tomato. So I'll probably pull the tomatoes and pull the plant and replant something else. The other thing to notice is that, well, not on this plant. I'll show it on another plant. But I did have a whole lot of sun scald on some of the other tomatoes. So some things I'd like to point out. From the previous videos I made about the novelty tomatoes. So this is the Wagner's blue-green tomato, and these are now ripe. They're yellow on the bottom. They're a little squishy, but you know, not like bad tomato squishy, but they're no longer rock hard. Over here is the dark galaxy tomato. So they started out green like this, but mine are maturing to a deep red. So, and you know, not so stripy. I haven't tasted these yet, but they are pretty. All right. So these are the green zebra plant. Sorry, I've allowed this one to just mature until the tomatoes are yellow. I intend to just sauce these. So basically whatever combination of weather and whatnot is going on in my garden has made these tomatoes, they taste watery and they're very, very mealy. So I think the best thing to do is just sauce them, which is what I'm going to do. The plant itself actually looks like it took the heat well compared to other plants. So like these here just fried and died, and you can see some of the sun scald here, and then on this one too, the white tomasol too, just fried and died. So I'll be pulling all the tomatoes off of these, salvaging what I can, and this one just salvaging what I can, and just, you know, starting all over again in some cases after I turn the dirt. So I'm happy to report that I have jalapenos now. These are the ringleader variety, and they're doing well. They survived the heat well. They're underneath some shade cloth, so that probably helped. This is the lemon ahi plant, and it's got little guys on it, so it did well. This poor eggplant has been suffering, but it's trying, it's hanging in there. I probably need to give it some extra water today. My golden momotaro, pretty much fried. The same thing with the old-fashioned red, it just fried. These tomatoes, by the way, are excellent. I highly recommend the Old Fashioned Red from Tomato Fest. Best tomato out there, you know, all around in terms of taste and size and texture. It's just an all-around perfect tomato. This is my Dr. Lyle's, and as you can see, they're just sun scald. Nothing I can do about that. The tomatoes just cooked on the vine. So I'll try to salvage what's left. Here there's a caterpillar somewhere in there. There's like little caterpillar poos all over. The corn, fortunately today, it's in the upper 80s, so the corn might be okay. So basically 5 days of over 95 degrees kills corn. So I've been very stressed and uptight about my corn because I see all these new little ears, and I want my corn. Okay, and then all these other ones, these tomato plants that have their origins in Russia or around that area, they all just fry in the heat. So I'll be removing these tomatoes and starting over again after I turn the dirt. And now to end this all up, this is my Habanada plant, and basically the heat just made it get huge. It's finally flowering and there's some fruits on it. I mean, this plant's basically like a little tree now. Oh well, I you know, I don't know if this is normal or not, but it's about 4 or 5 feet tall. So anyhow, that's how my garden's doing after the heat wave. I'll be working on cutting back a bunch of the stuff that just got turbocharged by the heat, such as these little oregano plants just went nuts, as well as the weeds. And that's all for now.